Communications failure.
I know, and for Democrats, it's always been about communication and no introspection about the policies that led to him leaving office as one of the most unpopular presidents. When I watch this tonight, I remain astonished that he, his family, and other people around him thought he could ever run for another term. I mean, there's no way he could serve another 6 months, let alone another 4 years. The fact that they pursued that farce for as long as they did, to me, remains one of the most astonishing things about this term.
That's Republican Scott Jennings wasting absolutely no time before destroying Biden's pathetic farewell speech, his legacy, and the political shills on the CNN panel. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and it looks like CNN has finally caught up with the rest of us and realized that the only good thing on their network is watching Scott Jennings destroy dishonest liberal NPCs. Here he is giving a much-needed wake-up call about Biden's farewell speech to a fawning Kamala Harris aide.
And Scott, you've been rather unrelenting in your criticism of outgoing President Biden. What did you think of the speech? Was there anything you liked?
No, not really. I think the way he's leaving office has been, frankly, pretty terrible. He's going to be remembered for a few things. But politically, it's mostly for when he was vice president, he and Obama sort of ushering in the Trump era initially, and then as he's leaving office as president, bringing back Trump and Trumpism stronger and more popular than ever. Today, Biden has like a 61% disapproval, and Trump is over a 50% approval and more popular, and his ideology is more popular than it's ever been. If everything you say is true, the Democrats should have had no trouble getting reelected in this election, yet they were.
It's an issue of.
You know, I'd previously said after Jimmy Carter died and CNN was attempting to rewrite his history as president, that Democrats and establishment media would attempt to do the same with Biden when his time came. But it looks like they're not even waiting for that, because they know and we know that the only good thing about an administration with Biden in it is that it's quickly followed by one with Trump.
Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, or Karine Jean-Pierre ever lied?
I don't know. What are you talking about? I know where you're going with this, but that's not the point. Donald Trump stands up at the podium every day and delivers lies.
Your speech is about the truth, and one thing about Biden that has always vexed Republicans is that he spends a lot of time talking about him being the center of truth and the restoration of the soul of the nation, and yet he and his people spend a heck of a lot of time undermining that very talking point, up to and including this year with the massive cover-up of his own
Scott,
condition.
How about
and so
lying to the American people doing COVID? Right? How about that? I mean, drink bleach, right? I could go on and on. That it's not as bad as the flu. I mean, all of those things. And the reality is 500.
You're doing it right now.
500,000 people lost their lives because the president wasn't honest with the country about the dangers of COVID.
Are you saying the virus was listening to Donald Trump?
My point is that lies have consequences. And that
I just want to make sure I understand that your position is that Donald Trump's words induced the virus to kill people.
No, what Donald Trump's words did was prevented people from protecting themselves and their neighbors, and 500,000 plus people lost their lives. See, that was my point. And more importantly, because of his lies, he didn't create an infrastructure from the governors all the way down to get shots in arms, to get the economy open again.
Jay,
so lies have consequences, and that's what Biden was talking about today. We have to be aware of that.
This is crazy. I'm sorry, this is insane.
So you can absolutely tell how out of touch Democrats are because they keep bringing up the pandemic as if it's some huge win for Biden. I mean, it's pretty ironic that the person accusing Trump of lies and disinformation was so desperate for a win that she had to overinflate the numbers she was talking about. On top of that, the point's moot because more people died under Biden. So I don't even understand what point she was attempting to make with all of this. The simple fact of the matter that Democrats are so reluctant to accept is that people are over all of that. If they thought Biden or his administration were some terrific savior who rescued the country during his time of need, it would have been reflected during the election, but it clearly wasn't. At the end of the day, the guy was terrible, and his administration repeatedly gaslit the American people to cover it up. And despite establishment media attempts, there's simply no whitewashing that. But let me know what you think. How will history view the Biden administration? Will it be positively, negatively, or somewhere in between? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!